Today I'll show you how to build this simple financial model which allows you to switch between multiple currencies. Now this is just an operating income forecast and not a full income statement. However, you learn a few things in financial modeling. We'll start with the input sheet and then move to the calculation sheet and finish with the output, which is the income statement. Okay, now get your laptops and let's build this model from scratch. Please subscribe if you haven't and don't forget to click the like button. Thank you. Open a new workbook. When building financial models, it is important to keep your assumptions, calculations, and outputs on separate but identical worksheets. So let's create a template and then duplicate it for the other sections. First, get rid of the grid lines. Highlight the top row, go to Cell Styles and select Title. This is the input sheet. You can adjust the format, go back, right-click and select Modify. Right now, the style only includes font. Click Format and fill with any color you like. I'll go with blue. Let's change the font color to white and make it bold. Click OK. Now, the style includes font and fill. OK. Now the entire row is shaded. I'll leave a few rows for the currency switch. Year 0, which is the starting point of the model, will be on column F. Ensure you have extra columns before year 0 to accommodate the different levels of assumptions. I like this range and select a cell style. Select the column and align right. Using cell styles saves a lot of time when building financial models and it makes you have a good model design. The column before year 0 will be the unit of measurement to describe each input. I'll duplicate the worksheet and name them. Hold your mouse and the control button. When you see the plus sign, a duplicate of the sheet can be created. Name them Calculation Sheet and Income Statement. Now we can populate the input sheet. This is where all the assumptions will be stated. First, the general assumptions. Pick a cell style. Currency. Control B to make it bold. The primary currency of the company is the US dollar, and the symbol for that is USD. The numbers will be converted to the Canadian dollar, and the symbol for that is CAD. So the first level highlights the name of the category. Next column describes each one, and I've skipped 2 columns to describe the unit of measurement, which is symbol. And then the actual symbol is right here. This is my preference. You're free to arrange your assumptions as you want. Now, to make this easy to read, I'll add borders. You can press Ctrl 1 to add borders. Choose the broken line, and that's it. However, to save time, I'll just create a custom cell style. Go to the Home tab, click on Cell Styles, New Cell Style. Uncheck everything except borders. I'll name this border and set the broken lines. OK. Now all I have to do is press Alt HJ and use the arrow button to select the style. The next step is to add the currency switch. Go to the Developer tab. If you don't have the Developer tab, you can activate it in Excel options. Insert. Under Form Control, select the Option button. Hold your mouse and draw. Press Ctrl D to duplicate. You can right-click to edit the text or carefully click on the text to edit it. Ensure the button remains unchecked. This will be USD and this CAD. Now right-click, select Format Control. It's showing that the value is unchecked. Now we can link to any cell. Now because these buttons will be copied to the other pages, the linked cell should have the name of the worksheet. So the reference remains fixed to the linked cell. Now, the buttons will automatically link to the same cell, so we don't have to repeat the same process for CAD. Okay. Now, check the box for USD and the number 1 appears in the linked cell. Select CAD and number 2 will appear. This will be the switch for the currency. You can group these buttons in a group box from the developer tab right here. Draw over the buttons and name it currency. I don't like it very much, so I'll just delete it and apply some colors to the buttons instead. Right click, format control, colors and lines, and fill with any color just to make it look good. I will now use the index function to connect the currency to the switch. Index. Array is this. Row number is the linked cell. Press F4 to lock. Close the bracket and enter. Copyright. So the currency can be changed with the click of the option button. Now, when building financial models, you have to use named ranges because it helps to reduce formula complexity. However, you have to be careful not to use too much because Excel will retain the names even when the content of the cell has been deleted, unless you delete it in the name manager. So click on currency, go to the name box and type currency. Enter. Cool. Next is the exchange rate, USD to CAD. The current exchange rate is about 1.25. So $1 is equivalent to 1.25 Canadian dollars. Apply borders. Now link the exchange rate to the switch. Index, array, row number, lock the row number, okay? Press Ctrl and enter to fill the cells. Check if it works. We're going to name this exchange rate. Note this carefully. Don't hide rows in your financial models. Instead, group them. Select the rows for currency. Press Alt-Shift right arrow key to group. Move to exchange rate. Select the rows and press F4 to repeat the action. Cool. Now to ungroup, you can use Alt-Shift and the left arrow key. Highlight the entire general assumptions and group. Now you can use the numbers to display the rows for each level. Hold Ctrl, select the buttons and place them over the number. Now let's move to the revenue and expense assumptions. Use the format paintbrush to apply the cell style for consistency. Revenue, volume. There are two products in this company, sea salt and sugar. Unit is kilograms and the annual volume is right here. Next, I'll type the growth assumptions. Volume for both products will grow at this rate each year. The growth factor will be 1 plus growth rate. Use the fill handle to copy across. To calculate the cumulative growth rate, I'll use the product function. The product function multiplies the numbers in a range. So product G25, press the column button so it references itself. Then press F2 so it's in the edit mode and lock the first reference. Close the bracket and copy across. So the annual volume will be volume times the cumulative growth rate. We'll get to that shortly. Next is the price. I'll copy the product and price is 125 and 135 per kg. I will now link the price to the currency switch. So this will be 125 multiplied by the exchange rate, and this 135 multiplied by the exchange rate. Trying the switch now to be sure it works. Cool. Moving on to expenses. I'll start with the variable expenses. These expenses change in line with sales. So unit is percentage of revenue. Fixed expenses, salaries, general and admin expenses, and others. I'll link this to the currency switch. Copy. So highlight the row, salaries multiplied by exchange rate. Press Ctrl and Enter to apply across the row. I'm going to try the switch now to be sure it works. Cool. In financial modeling, constants and hard-coded values are colored blue. This will help you understand the kind of data in the input sheet. A fast way to do that when you have a large volume of data is to use Go to Special. Highlight the input range. Press F5 and click on Special. Check this button for constant. Click OK. All the cells with hard-coded values have been highlighted, and all you have to do is select the font color, blue, and that's it. The input sheet is all done. I'll move over to the calculation sheet. 1 second. I'll copy row 2 and 3 so the currency switch will appear on the calculation sheet. Ctrl V to paste. I'll start with the revenue schedule, volume, sea salt and sugar. This is equal to, I'm back in the input sheet now, volume, press F4 to lock the cell reference, multiplied by the cumulative growth rate. Enter. Highlight the row, Ctrl R to copy across. When building financial models, your formulas should be consistent across the rows. Please remember that. Next up is price. Unit is currency. Highlight the row, equal to price. Remember to pick from the cells linked to the currency switch. Press F4 to lock the cell reference and Ctrl Enter to fill the row. Now we can calculate revenue. Highlight the row, equal to volume multiplied by price. Ctrl Enter. I like using this method, it's more efficient. Let's add the total row. Highlight the row, press Alt and equal sign to sum the range. Open cell styles and select total. Cool. Expenses. Cost of sales is variable, so equal to, back in the input sheet again, cost of sales multiplied by revenue. Repeat the same for marketing. Salaries is fixed, so equal to salaries. Remember to pick from the cells linked to the currency switch. Press Alt and equal sign to sum the range. The schedules are all done. Test the currency switch. Cool. Now let's put all this together in the income statement. Copy and paste the switch. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. I'll draw up the template quickly, so I'll speed this up a little. There are no calculations in the output sheet. You should only link to the calculation sheet. So that's what we'll be doing here. We'll link all these cells to the calculation sheet. So I'll start with revenue, equal to revenue in the calculation sheet. Add the minus sign for all expense items, equal to minus cost of sales. Highlight the row, press Alt and equal to sum. Link the other expense items as well. Highlight the row, press Alt and equal to sum. And we're all done. Let's check if the currency switch works. Cool. If you are still watching, you're a star. I hope you found the tutorial useful. Please click the like button, share, subscribe, and leave a comment or feedback. See you in the next video. Bye. Please subscribe if you haven't, and don't forget to click the like button. Thank you.